Well guys, I was really hoping to be digging the basement again today, but we got another round of snow, so we are back on the Lowboy project this morning. What do you think, girl? You like the snow? Huh? You look about as thrilled with it as I do. Yes, you do. All right, Aaron's already hard at it this morning. He got started welding that pad in there. I kind of got started inspecting all the brakes and suspension and going over all that. I knew I had a few small issues. Wanted to make sure we got all the small issues and make sure we didn't have any major issues. No real surprises. I pulled this wheel off. As you can see, we had a wheel seal. It looks worse than what it was. It just kind of started leaking here in the last month or so. So pulled that off, got it all. I can't even talk to him. Pulled it off, got Matt sent off with a bunch of parts. So we sent him after a wheel seal. Walk around here to the other side. You guys will see that we have, bear with me here. We're gonna go ahead and put all new shocks on it. 2 of them are bad. All of them are showing signs of rusting through. This one here is a little bit worse. I guess the one here that was bad. And this hubcap here is leaking, so I went ahead and we just got 4 new hubcaps to go all the way around. You guys seen the last video, we got our new hoses made. So Aaron is welding in the stop pad down there for the transport lock. As soon as he gets that welded in, we're going to probably try to get the cylinders back on and hopefully get this tail operating. We need to get a measurement. We got to make some ears for this up here. To replace them old ears that was wore out. I don't know if you guys can see, that is definitely not round anymore. So yeah, still lots to do. So let's get started. I apologize because I just missed complete disaster, but I won't let Mr. remain behind.
You could stop me too.
I couldn't stop you. It was like a slow speed disaster happening.
Well, when you take a pipe stand, which I call it a pipe stand, when you take it, put it up, you even the weight out like this. Watch.
Just like I had. Just like I had it.
That way it don't.
Just
you
like
have it like that. Why did it go like this? Fly up. And out of all things, almost think that this was set up because you told me, "Oh, just go ahead."
If this was set up, I definitely would have.
Had that oil pan set just right where that flopped down in that oil pan. It splattered oil everywhere. Yeah, you did it on purpose.
If I would have did it on purpose, I would have got it on video.
Gunner and Macy done told me.
So Gunner, Aaron come over here and he loosened this up. This thing goes flying up, misses his nose by about 2 inches, bounces on the roller, rolls down, stabs the oil pan, then he tries to catch it and it lands on his foot. What you were trying to say is thank you for getting that up there for me.
Yeah.
I get it.
I should have done it myself.
So, all right, Aaron's got that welded off down there. We are going to, I think we have decided we're going to make at least a couple of these pins. This one here is wore a little more than the other one. We're going to make a few pins so we can get the cylinder in there. And it looks about right, about a 6-inch pin. That's what you're used to.
5 3/4.
Yeah, about to start, just a little short. Nope, too far. Hold
5
on.
3/4 is what I wanted.
Right there.
Is that 5 3/4?
Yes, that's 5 3. That's a tape measure, and that's a pin. But that line right there is 5 3/4.
Better be.
Better be. Now easy on it, buddy. That's how stuff gets broken. All right.
You know all about that.
Now see, if it was me, I would have centered that up on the pipe stand.
At least they got to flip off.
Oh, hold on, my pin's in the way. All right, we'll cut that off there and get a hole drilled in her and make her look pretty. Go for it. Oh.
I would go for it if somebody had a kid.
These bull makers who keep electricity on for us.
There we go.
All right, here we go. All right, so we ended up making new pins for the bottom. They were pretty rough. These pins here weren't too bad, so we're going to reuse those. We also made new pins to transport locker, which will, ooh, that's hot. Hey, that pin's hot.
It's the warm.
So I think next thing's next is we got Aaron has got all of his hydraulic fittings made. They look good. Hopefully they work as good as they look. They're all caulked pretty close. Out of the 4 of them, that one there is off like maybe 1/8 of a turn. So we'll take that for the win. But I think we're gonna try to throw these cylinders in there and see what happens. You ready?
I'm ready.
What you did? Oh, we should have measured that. Alright, I'm starting to get heavy. Go towards you a little bit. There we go. Oh. Push the bottom towards the house. There we go. All right.
Boom! It's Monday. Now, we need to turn it, right? Oh, you can shut it off. All right, lines go on top.
Yeah, lines go on top.
I got it. Huh? Yeah.
Go up a little bit. That's why we couldn't have any taller right there.
Yep.
Woo. It's been a long time since this thing's had new paint on it.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't as heavy as the ones we took off.
Ooh, they were.
Oh man.
They were some man eaters. All right, one down, one to go. All right, guys, we got all the cylinders in, we got all the hoses on, we got all that stuff reattached. That is kind of a little bit rat nesty right now. We're kind of gonna let these cylinders kind of move and see where they want to be, and then we'll get all those hydraulic lines zip lined off and all that good stuff. But before we go there, we need to make sure we don't have any leaks. So I think what we're gonna do, so we're gonna fire the truck up, we're gonna raise the tail up, take the prop out, and we need to lower this tail down to where it planes with the trailer before it was sagging real bad because that piece was so beat up. So we're going to lower that down where it planes out with the trailer. Then we're going to get some measurements because we got to make some ears to go on this end to replace those old ears we had laying down there. And that's how we will fine tune that last little adjustment there to get that transport lock in there. So let's go fire our truck up, build a little bit of air pressure, and hope this thing works. All right, you ready for the moment of truth? It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird because we're both working on the same trailer, but my half's outside and your half's inside. So yeah, I got a whole bunch of insulation shoved around that door. I don't want to open it so I can see them. So
copy that.
Oh boy.
Your best friend.
We'll see how good you are to give instructions.
I was pretty good the last time. You just didn't listen half the time.
All right, here we go. So basically I need to raise that up, hopefully. Get that prop out of there. You think you can get that prop out of there without me helping you?
Yeah.
And then we'll lower it down. Maybe we need to slide this back so you can kind of eyeball that.
I got the camera. Oh, you're on that chain underneath. Yeah, you gotta lift up a little bit. It's a little bit heavier this time too. Good job.
All right.
Can you move my lunchbox too? There you go.
I got you. Stay right there.
All right.
This trailer's got a little bit of camber to it. See the check out.
I see that.
Alright, you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Going up. Go up at all?
No, it didn't. All right, it went up that time. All right, hold that. Hold that just a second. All right, I'm gonna set you guys down right here. Leaves me in here to do all the grunt work all the time. If it's easy, he does it. Hey, Carmen, you got anything to do with it? Wait, something happened. I gotta do it. Okay, you ready? All right. All right, I'm assuming the position and ready to start coming down.
All right, confirm it's coming down. Okay, is it moving?
Yeah, it's moving. Keep on coming. Looking good. Keep on coming. All right, hold that.
I want you to very bad grab. I'm not sure if it's locked. It may fall out of there.
All right.
I'm trying to lock it real quick so it don't come down on you. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know, is that a locker or not?
They didn't drop. Let me look at it. No, that unlocked it.
There goes the lock then.
All right, never mind. It was up.
I just want to make sure it stays up.
Well, it's down now.
Alright, well, you know what's gonna happen then. You need to go down with the main one anymore, or?
Well, I forgot my glasses, and it's pretty bent up. I don't think you need to go down no more. I got it pretty close.
Let me come in, look.
All right, 10-4. See this rail right here, it's kind of bent up, bowed down, so I can't really get a good look at it. I think I got it pretty close. All right, you take a look at it. Put your good eye on it and see what you think. It's kind of sets a little lower.
Yeah, it needs to come up a little bit. All right, man, behind the scenes, we are close. Aaron and I neither one quite trusted our eyeball, so we got a straight edge here, and we determined that tailpipe needs to come up about 2 inches. What do you think? Inch and a half, 2 inches?
Yeah.
I just seen have it a touch high, so as it wears over time, it'll go back level and then start off on the wrong end of it, you know what I mean? I'd say we bring that up 2 inches.
Bring it up 2 inches.
I'll go calibrate my controls up there.
Yeah, I'll speak to you through the radio.
All right, you ready? All right, you ready?
Yep, coming up easy. That. Now, I said come up easy, came up fast. Now once you come down, I need to be at 51 and a half and I'm at 53. So coming down easy. Alright, we're at 52 3/4. Keep on a little bit more. Coming down. Coming down again. Now, you came down a little too fast. Keep bumping up just a hair. Okay, right there you're at 51 and a half. So 49 and a half plus 2 inches would be 51 and a half, correct?
All right, 10-4, let's get a jack stand or something underneath it so it stays there. All right, we got the tail where we wanted it. We got it propped off so we don't have to worry about it falling down on us. So now we got to get us a measurement from basically back in there. Aaron's worried about his leaks. I thought we had them over here. We have a hydraulic leak right there, but unfortunately it's not one of your welds.
Yeah.
It's like you're a professional tube welder or something.
Looking for drips.
I psyched them out a little bit because it had a little bit of grease on there when I got the O-ring started. All right, so what I think we need to do, Aaron, is I think we need to measure from the face of the ear right there, the face of that piece of metal you put in there, and then we'll make our ear accordingly, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It looks like a perfectly easy measurement to get.
Yeah.
Here, let me hold this end right here, like so. And then can you get down in there?
Now we just want to keep that
Somewhat straight, yep.
How straight does that look?
Actually, it looked pretty good.
So I'm at 40 and 5/8, but that would be a little loose. I'd say 40 and 3/4.
40 and 3/4?
Yep, 40 and 3/4.
All right, do you want to check the other side just to see if they're the same?
That they may not be.
Pull pin out of there. All right, I'm holding you flush with the front of the hole.
Oh,
Moment of truth.
pretty dang close.
Really?
Really close,
Well, that's
yeah.
convenient.
It's within an inch. No, I'm just kidding. It's within an 1/8 inch.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, I'd say.
All right, so it's
Be
40.
really
What'd you
close.
say it was? 40 and 5/8?
41. No, I'm going with 40 3/4.
Okay, 40 and 3/4. Let's go up and see what that thing is.
So you pull.
Yeah, we pulled from the stop to the bottom of the hole. So basically,
That's 38 5/8 or 38 1/2.
so let's call that 38 and a half because so then
I need to go
41,
41 and 3 or 40 3/4.
right, 40 and 3/4. So that'd
So
be two.
that's.
You know, most people just do math, but we'll use two tape measures.
Yep.
So 40 and 3/4 would be 2, and I
Line
can't.
up perfect on that.
The 5/8
That's
or
No, that's 3/8.
3/8. So it'll
Two
be 2
and
and 3/8.
3/8.
Oh yeah, 2 and 3/8. So okay, so let's go over here to this sheet, and we'll lay a center line out. That will be the center line because now we need to add 3/4 to that because that takes up for the thickness of our pin. So 2 and
Bottom of the
3/8.
hole. The bottom of the hole will be 2 and 3/8.
is right there.
That's bottom of the hole.
I'll set you guys over here and let you watch us. Okay, I need the center line of the hole though.
Well,
So we need to add, yeah,
that's an 1.5 hole,
right. So add 3/4.
3/4. That's center line.
Okay, now where's that big place?
A little bit.
They're probably more than a little bit. All right, so we got our 4 lugs laid off. This is going to be the center of the hole we will drill. Aaron's going to put the new plasma machine to work. He says he can cut that just as slick as a laser. We'll be the judge of that after you're done. But we did find an 1.5 drill bit, so that'll be handy for making an 1.5 hole because that's kind of how they work. But we'll let Aaron get those cut out. We'll get some holes drilled in them and see if they work. See if all of our math is right.
Yeah.
Coming. There's one.
Jumped the gun a little bit on it. I'll slow down on this next one.
All right, guys, Aaron's got these ears made. They turned out really nice. We need to drill an 1.5 hole in them. I got it marked right there with a center punch where we need to be. This is the milling machine we got from Jason. We're gonna try using the drill press. This is my first time ever using one of these. Did a little bit of finagling here to get it set up. We're going to turn her loose and see what happens, I guess. Fingers crossed it drills a hole. Oh man.
All right, you ready for your next
All right,
one?
let's let me do this one. All right guys, we got all of our ears made, so now we got to get them placed on here. We got a measurement from this ear to fit our stuff underneath. I got it on the floor, it's 23 5/8. Then we got to go 2.5 between them to get those on. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to tack this ear on square, measure over, get this ear on square, and then we will slide these ears in to get our spacing. Will it work? I have no idea. There's only one way to find out though.
If it don't work, whose fault is it?
Yes.
Not mine. So that's what's nice, is I'm the welder, you're the fitter.
Weld it, welder.
Oh, you're waiting on me. Gotta have power.
Looks good except for this whole side that's not welded.
I was checking. Just checking.
Did you fall asleep on me, or you wanted to see if
No, I
quality?
was making sure you were still
See
awake.
if quality control still had it going. It's not even Friday. It's still Monday.
No, I know. Have I told you it's Monday
It's
yet?
been a Monday. I'll guarantee you that.
All right, I'll weld this side out.
All right, after quality control, got Mr. Man behind the scenes back online. What are you doing over there? Recording me, recording you?
No, you explained. You were doing an excellent job.
All right, so I'll just explain how I had to. If it wasn't for me, we'd have major issues, but thank God I was here, and we're good to go now. It's that simple.
It's a good thing Jason Worcelot donated some time to this too.
He did. We, I don't know if I showed you guys, but drilling the holes, we got to the last hole, the last 1/4 inch, and it ate a belt. It full on ate a belt. But she was working good before that, bud. She was working good before that. So here's what we got to do now is hope and pray and all the things above that this thing fits back up in here. So those ears, if Aaron did all his measuring right, those ears we welded on there will fit right up in here, and then those new pins we made will slide through and everything will work.
Correct.
Flawless plan, right?
Now, you're the one that laid it out where they go.
But you're the one that welded them, so if they don't fit...
Yes, exactly. If they don't fit, it goes back to the person that laid it out.
Let's just cut through the crap.
Let's go. They're wanting to see it in there.
Let's face the facts. If it don't fit, everybody knows it's your fault. There's no point arguing about it.
You guys know better.
All right, I see. Here's one pin here.
The other one's right here.
Do you think if we put that on the floor jacket, we'll go up for it?
I think we can get it up there by hand.
You get one side, I'll get the other?
Yeah.
I want the light side.
Now, get this over here. You got a pin?
Got both of them right here.
Okay. Now, you help me get it up. I think I can get it.
Let me get my knee. Okay, no problem. Come down. Problem is this distance right here versus this distance right here.
Oh no.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. How much I gotta trim off?
Well, inch and a half.
Should be about right.
It might go, but it's gonna have to be up in there flat. Right now we got either exactly or about an 1/8 inch to spare. I wish there was a way. How far is that from here to there? 27 inches. What's the jack going on? Well, we put 266s on and set that on the jack, and we got room to actually take a good look at it.
All right.
Well, the good news is our ear placement is absolutely spot on.
It is.
You're welcome for that.
Okay.
The issue
but I'm not
is
welcome for this.
The issue is they have got a nasty goobered up weld right in here, and our ear is basically too fat. It's hitting that weld before it's bottoming out right here, and it won't let our hole get aligned. So I think the only choice we're gonna have is to lower this back down, trim a heavy 1/8, maybe a 1/4 off the top of that ear, and go again.
I think so.
All right,
So
downward. Could be worse. It could be worse. To give you guys a visual, that paint line there is kind of our issue. This distance from here to there is what got us in a little bit of trouble. That's hard to complain about that. That was still... Oh, look at you.
Just myself right where I need to be.
They don't have those on the big jobs, do they?
No, they don't.
All right, can you make it look as pretty as you did the first time, the second time?
I don't know about that later in the day.
Hey, I'll go ahead and turn this on.
Oh yeah,
so it works.
that might help a little bit. Oh, I got it. Oh, can't believe I was welding on it. Welding with it like that.
All right, you ready for take two?
I'm ready. We're gonna use the jack again, or you just want to throw it up there? I feel good about throwing it up there.
Well, you're the one that has to be He-Man.
Check my pin.
Oh, that's close. So close. That is nice and tight.
Oh, yes it is. I got this.
Oh, come down a little bit.
More. It's real tight on that one side.
So I don't know what. I may be better off just cracking those hoses loose and pulling that down.
Pulling this down.
Well, it's either that or I can probably truck up and you can talk to me and
I said we could do that.
push that down if I can remember which one it is.
Yeah, go easy. Yep, hold that. Okay, down, bump it down again. Hold that. All right, bump it up just a touch. Bump it up. Bump it up. Bump it up. Hold that. All right, she's in.
I want to push it down tight against that chain, okay? You ready?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna push it down tight where it's got that chain tight.
Oh, I think, okay. Push it a little bit. All right, hold that.
All right, so we got this thing back in here. Let me kind of explain how this thing works. So this cylinder right here raises it up and down. This chain right here controls how far it goes down. And what happens is, whenever you lower this down, that chain should guide it right into this saddle right here. And that way, whenever you're going down the road, it's called a transport lock. There's nothing hydraulically holding this tail up. This piece right here is doing it all. And whenever you want to raise it up, or whatever you want to lower it down, you raise the tail up a little bit. This cylinder right here pulls it up out of the way. And then that allows you to raise the whole, or lower the whole tail down, I should say. So we got it all in there. We're gonna get all of our pins in it. And I'm gonna go ahead and zip tie up some of our hydraulic lines now that we know they're good. And then we're gonna give her a test run. We're going to, one, hope the chain's adjusted right so it slides into that saddle. And two, hope our measurements are right so the deck's level when we're done. Hope it works. We got one small hydraulic leak on a fitting right there, and as much as I'd like to, I can't blame it on Aaron. All of his welds seem to fit, but we do need to grease this thing. We want to do that while it's up yet. I want to show you guys. I've had a few of you guys asking. You've seen me get the new Milwaukee grease gun. I used it for 2 weeks. Absolutely loved it. Quit working. I don't know. It don't do anything. And I've had a little bit of issue with getting Milwaukee to warranty that. I'm not sure what's going on. So that's why you guys haven't seen it, is because it don't work. This is old trusty. I've had this grease gun for probably 10 years. It has been to HE double hockey sticks and back. I've had my issues with it. It don't stay primed. It's had a rough life. But recently, the biggest issue we have is it keeps leaking grease up here. And we finally figured out the other day where this bleeder goes in. The housing's actually cracked. I'm sure that's from normal use and not being abused. Positive. So, anyways, we need another grease gun. By the track record of those two, I did like that grease gun better. This one lasted longer. I'm going for longevity, so, well, bam. We got us a new DeWalt grease gun.
Sure do.
So we're gonna give this thing a try. We also got some of this TRC grease. This is supposed to be some of the best grease in the world. The guy sent me a whole case of this. We actually used some of this on the 120. Remember he gave us one tube? So we got a whole case of it. We're gonna get it in all the equipment and see how it does. This is supposed to be the equivalent to the red and tacky Lucas. It's supposed to be a little bit of a winter blend, so it'll work a little better. Oh yeah, look at that, man. It's like metallic.
Oh yeah.
That is pretty. I don't know if I've ever said grease was pretty before, but that is pretty.
Like strawberry jam.
You want to taste it? Try it. Try it right there. Just try it.
I'm good. No,
look.
I tell you
For
what,
the camera.
I'm watching my finger.
That'll help it slide right through. It won't stick around long enough to get past.
Go ahead, give it a shot.
All right, well, we're going to give it a shot. We're going to do it in the grease gun. So let's, now, did you clean your hands before you touch that? Can't be getting the brand
I
new
had gloves on.
Can't be, oh, just go for it. We can't be getting the brand new ones dirty. I've got to get me, we have been running the lock and lube on the other one, and we do look the lock and lube setup, so we'll have to get me a lock. Look at that, never even had grease in it before.
Oh yeah.
See if we can do this without screwing it up.
It has had grease in it.
Is that, yeah? Loader in the hole?
Yep.
That is some beautiful grease. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know why I'm mesmerized by that, but that is some pretty grease.
And I thought he said that's is that the heat?
Yeah. So this is one of the issues, show them. That's one of the issues I had with the other grease gun, is that screen right there. If you run a lot of that molly grease, it's got the little strings of molly in it.
Yep.
It will
clog it
up, so. See how the new DeWalt does compared to the old.
All right.
Primer out. Ooh, that sounded good.
Yes, it did. Ooh, this got a lock. Oh, that one had a lock too.
Sounds different.
There it is.
All right, let her eat. There it comes.
There it is.
That grease there must have been what they had in the gun,
Yeah.
but the red stuff's coming out up there, so. I don't know. I think we can still use the other one. It just leaks grease.
Not,
If a guy remembers to pull the plunger out the back, it works fine. But all right, let us get a few things sorted out, get a few things greased here, and then we're gonna lower this down and see if it fits in that saddle. All right, man. All right, man. Behind the scenes, it is time for the moment of truth. We got all of our hydraulic lines tidied up. We got everything greased. We got all of our keepers in. We got everything eyeballed as straight as we can eyeball it. So
the leak's fixed.
I'm gonna go out, we're gonna raise up the tail, take the prop out, and we're gonna hope that thing just guides right down in there.
Oh,
and then whenever it bottoms out, we're gonna hope the trailer's flat. All right, you ready?
I'm ready. Yep, hang it on up. Going up? Ah, yep, bet you are. Alright, hold that. Alright. You ready to start coming down?
Yeah, coming down, confirmed. You ready?
Yep, coming on down.
Here we go.
Hey, Michael, I don't know if you need to roll them the ramps in or not. Will that matter?
We should clear the ground, and I just seen how have them out like that. We're working on that other lock.
All right, 10-4.
Keep an eye on it. Here it comes.
All right, coming down.
Let me know when I'm getting close.
Looking good, coming down. Oh yeah, looking good. All right, you got probably 4 or 5 inches. You are inside the guide. Coming on down.
Hey, I got bottom down. Am I not there yet?
Let me take a look. No, you still got about 3 inches to go.
All right, here I come. You ready?
Yeah, coming down. All right, now I'd say you bottomed out. Let me go check.
Well, Aaron, I think that was a success. I know you guys can't see down in there, but that transport lock saddled great. We got one small adjustment we're gonna make just so it stays in the pocket and don't hop up out of there. But it's hard to eyeball this thing here in the shop. We may be just a touch high back here on the back, but that was actually as planned, because as this thing goes down the road and hammers, it's gonna settle down, find its new home. It's a heck of a lot better than drooping 6 or 7 inches is what she was doing before.
Is that what it was?
It was every bit of it. But we are on to our next project now. We actually pulled a board up off the trailer. This is the other transport lock that holds up this ramp here that folds out. And what has happened, I don't know if you guys can see this gap right here, but it has settled down and that makes it really hard to get it locked. You've probably seen us struggle with it from time to time. So we need to, I think we're gonna cut the top of this off, raise it up, and then re-weld some washers on there and get it back up there where it belongs. So I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to add to the video. There's not enough room for Aaron's hands, my hands, and the camera in there, but we'll report back. We'll let you know what we find. There's the transport lock cut out of there. There's not a whole lot to it. This is what was on top of there. You can see how wore and, well, not good shape. And that's how much we cut off of it. So found this washer over here, and it is the same, or really close to it, just like so. We'll weld that back on there. We don't have a whole lot of clearance right here, so we cannot get too carried away. So I'm gonna shove that back up through there. Let Master Welder over there himself. I know it's gonna work because I fitted everything.
Oh.
It's a flawless plan. Do you mind if I grease my shaft first?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I will be right
You don't
back.
need help, do you?
No, no, I'm good. Think that's gonna work? What do you think?
I think so. Looks really good.
Welder off.
A good welder's always got a great pimp, somebody that helps him, a helper. And it'd be so nice if you could be that person for me, be the welder's helper.
So you trying to tell me you climbed all the way up on that trailer, grabbed all your welding gear,
Twice.
and left this behind?
Yeah. I didn't realize it. I had my hat on, and I didn't realize it until I was trying to flip it down and it wouldn't go down. Then I realized.
Good. So you're trying to say it's a good thing you got me around, huh?
Every now and then it is.
All right, welder off.
Yep, here we go.
Aaron's down there fixing that little crack we found, and you guys can see right there. That is all welded up and good. I'm gonna get this board thrown back on here. Call that project done. Well, man, behind the scenes, I think that's a good spot to call it a day. What do you think?
I've been off the clock for 20 minutes.
Yeah, leave it to me to finish up the loose ends. So we got I got all the floors screwed back down. I had a loose board over there. Went ahead and got it tacked down. So I think the back end of the trailer is really close to being done. I got to get hubcaps and some wheel seals on here, brakes adjusted, and all the new shocks. We still got to do that. Once we get this thing back on the ground, I'm hoping we got time. We're probably going to spin it around, and we're going to put a new kingpin in it, and hopefully put a place to hold the cones. But we're closing in on her. We are closing in on some much needed maintenance and upgrades.
Now, how do you do that?
He don't even care about what we're doing. He's trying
What
to post.
are you talking about?
He's trying to post a YouTube video here.
This is more important.
All right, I'll let you go so I can learn you something.
That's how I tag you in it, right?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, guys, that's going to be a wrap on this video, but we still have quite the list of repairs to do on the trailers. Hopefully, you guys stay tuned for the next video. Hopefully, we can get it done in one more video, and the next video actually starts off with some Captain Kleeman wreck repair, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. You guys might have noticed Aaron's camera in some of the shots from time to time. He has actually covered some of the processes we went through in a lot more detail, especially his techniques on welding and how he went about fabricating and approaching some of this stuff. So if you guys want to jump over to his channel, Aaron Moon Man Behind the Scenes, you can catch kind of another view, another perspective of that, and see what he's kind of going through while I'm not there. He usually gets a little more of the details than what I do. So if you guys are interested in that, check it out. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and we shall catch you guys on the next one.